Here we are, traveling, my main resource of learning. To understand well what happened, we have to go back to where the traveling virus first hit me, to my city Orléans, in my country, France. During college, my first experience was a school trip through Belgium and England to reach Scotland. But I was too young to understand what was going on. 2 years later, my fencing coach planned a training with the French Guiana Fencing Club. Here was the click, the awareness of opening my world to the whole world. Tropical forest, scorpions and tarantula, fresh banana and coconuts, sun, had with a tour of the famous galleys Île du Salut, with the chance to see the rocket Ariane 4 take off at the Kourou Aerospace Center. Following to that, my professor of literature organized a trip around Sicilia to discover some origins of the Latin civilization. I've discovered another culture and heritage with new landscape shape. Enough now to explain my curiosity to the world. The next year, we left to Cadiz, down south of Spain, with my best friend Tiffen and some other friends, learning how to explore another culture mixed with the local. 5 long and difficult years passed before leaving again for an additional culture discovery trip on the North Spanish Gold Coast between France, improving cross-culture immersion. Then, Tunisia. A trip with my mum to meet the Arabic culture through desert and arid landscapes, discovering poverty, economic inequality, and the subjugation of women. Stop! Here we are, traveling. Tired of the society's follower that I was, and after discovering Bob through his Aussie travel book on internet, the traveling ideas in my mind start to germinate and grow. Then, a quick trip to London with my soulmate auntie followed to auto-evaluate my English level, confirming it was a disaster. Australia, the big jump. Unlearn materialism, take decision, or learn a totally lifestyle change. I had nothing anymore except a backpack, freedom, love, dreams, and my curiosity. For my family and friends, I've created Kikubu, my internet travel book titled Hope Your Dream Devour Your Life Before Your Life Devour Your Dream. New country, new culture, new language, new friends, new job, new plan, new knowledge, new everything. New life, feeling free and alive. That was the beginning about unlearning my beliefs acquired about a learning method. Exploring my boundaries through hard work conditions in a seed planting experience, or open my mind along a month road trip within travelers along the Western Australia coast, I've waved friendship for life, and Claire stays the stronger one. She is my confidant today, and could be as my reconciling mate. Words such as freedom of body and mind, a no, discovery, or peace suddenly made sense to me, and I was still developing my curiosity through new activities like jewelry making or casual photography, and loved walking barefoot. I was amazed a bit more each day by the beauty of the land, but as well by the beauty of the mind and human being. My mind's dictionary was enriched with generosity, cross-culture and cross-nationality. I learned that life doesn't need much to be happy. Learning became about building relationships rather than about gaining knowledge and intellectual ability. Without knowing, I was probably experiencing a sort of informal action learning. Few months later, on a spiritual feeling, I've stopped to broom. There, I've started a relationship and friendship based on language and culture difference. It helped me on discovering my spiritual self, to question myself differently and deeply, and probably help on answering partially to my unsolved question, what do I really want to do in my life? After experiencing different seasonal jobs, and to allow us to extend our visa, Claire and I worked for a pearl farm, a lesson about nature, on the hook of the 4 elements to success. An end for each thing, good or bad. I've sadly and unfortunately learned the word stop on an inner level, as hard as it can be sometime in the deep self. After 12 months in Australia, I went back to Europe for another start. As I wasn't ready to stay in France, I lived for 6 months in Barcelona, with as goal to improve my Spanish, which didn't happen, as I didn't really put any will into it, neither have planned it. However, I've experienced couchsurfing or community life, and another cross-culture with capoeira course, and the discovery of the amazing work from the genius Gaudi, among others. During this time, I had great fun through ephemeral experimentation. Yes, I finally did get married to my Nutella, but only as a joke. I left on my own to the 1-week Tigets festival in Budapest, Hungary, developing my ability to integrate a new group in a new situation. I had a total improvised road trip to Austria from Barcelona with my on-the-moment boss, learning life improvisation and self-control. Or decided to celebrate my 25th birthday in Amsterdam, learning on my capacity to convince or gather in people. Australia. Second. At this point of my life, it was a time of good learning. For example, learning to master my body with Bikram yoga, but also with bad learning, through a drug addiction. Be confronted to yourself can be uncontrollable without a guideline, and I've learned here what is dependence, its effect and consequence, and learned strength of mind and will to unlearn that. At this time, I've shared again the experience of community life, but within a family in Melbourne, sharing Easter time and a trip to the peaceful place of Malakuta. It was all about finding home through an extended family here.
It's really hard. I've had it against the wall.
Look at that, lemon and chocolate.
No, marshmallows, because I've been
You're not really good.
Orange and chocolate go so well together. Why wouldn't you get lemon?
Because orange and lemon, I don't like that. Orange and lemon,
As I wasn't ready to leave yet, I flew to Auckland to extend my visa and discovered a new place with a new culture, emerged in the meaningful help your neighbor and your neighbor will help you. Back to Australia, the following months were the beginning of a new and exciting future, new learning to come. The discovery of Baldinger community and the meeting with Magilla and Anne In's project. Reconnecting with nature and recharging my batteries with simple things. It seems to me that I finally found what my mind was looking for along these last years. Time to live again and reconnect with my family. Coming next, a a Gaia application completed within 48 hours, a perilous US visa process, a chaotic trip through New York, and a chance to join the Gaia University Associates team with the discovery of the luxurious Virgin Islands sustainable farm to continue my life and learning through a mix of skills, realistic dreams and opportunities. Et voilà.